I'd like to say something about the word Dhamma. Is it an idea or an ideology? Now the Pali word Dhamma, or Sanskrit Dharma, it has many translations and various scholars have attempted to find a perfect word or words to translate it into European languages. Now one Western monk, the Venerable Nyanamoli, translator of Pali texts, has suggested that the word Dhamma could be always translated in all contexts as idea. Now, drawing upon the meaning of this term idea in Western philosophy, in the Western tradition, he thought that would be the best one to use for Dhamma, because Dhamma also has a number of shades of meaning according to context. And sometimes Dhamma simply means something like a natural law of the universe, that which remains, that which continues. Also, Dhamma has the meaning of simply teaching, the teachings of the Buddha or other religious teachers. They are also called the Dhamma. Or there is the meaning of simply things, phenomena, objects, and in particular the objects of the mind. I mean, among the six sense bases, six spheres of our experience, the 5 external senses, and then the mind itself, mano, and the objects of this mind or mano are called Dhamma. They are the mental objects. So we could call them ideas. Right? Now, in that second meaning, I mentioned Dhamma as teaching, the teaching of the Buddha, the doctrine, and so on. The norm has been translated in the past. There is also the form Saddhamma in Pali, which could be translated simply as the good teaching or the good idea. Like when we say, oh, that's a good idea, it means that's something we want to follow. It's something that's inspiring and leading on. So Saddhamma is the teaching of the Buddha, the good idea. So that's one way we could apply and use this term, idea. And then there is also the meaning of principles. Simply that the principles are the ways in which things tend to behave and the way things occur according to certain principles. Right? And also on the ethical level, we can say, like, we have certain dhammas, principles we wish to follow, we wish to live our life in accordance with. So that's the meaning of Dhamma in Buddhism. Now there are other uses of this term in later Hindu tradition, Hinduism. There are the so-called Dharma Shastras, sort of religious books which describe the duties and the roles of various social groups in India and the different castes. When we are born into a certain caste, then it is our duty, it is our dharma to be following a certain way of life, certain practices or rituals we should be performing in our life. So that becomes more like a social norm that is prescribed for different classes of society, different types of people. And this meaning from the Hindu tradition has actually entered into Buddhism sometimes quite strongly. It's been taken over. Also in Theravada Buddhist countries of Southeast Asia as more like a norm. So there are different treatises and texts that have been written later in the Pali and Theravada tradition in which this meaning is emphasized, like something is prescribed for the Buddhist kings, how they should behave, and the subjects, how they should behave, and each of them has their particular role in society, and if they fulfill that role, then everything will be alright. And these roles that they have, it depends on the kind of place and the social position they have been born into, and that is seen and explained as the fruit of past karma, past actions, past deeds. And it becomes a little bit, it goes a little bit too far in the Hindu idea of the Dharma Shastras and the prescribed social norm, because the Buddha, of course, taught a doctrine of action, that what we are in life depends on what we do, how we behave. We create our own social role. We are not simply born into a situation. We have a personal initiative.